Hello, my name is Nina Regas. I was born on August 26, 1985 at 3:09 in the morning. I weighed 7 pounds and 4 ounces. I was the sixth child born to my parents, Alvin and Donna Shortridge. I have 4 sisters and 1 brother. My oldest sister is Alvina, 38. My other sister is Stephanie, 34. Jacob's 30. Victoria's 28. And Sally just turned 27. I'm originally from Ohio, but when I was 6 years old, I moved to Oklahoma because my dad got transferred with this job. I lived there from age 6 until I graduated high school. From there, I went to the Air Force 3 days later. My husband and I decided that I would get out of the Air Force and attend school and pursue a job in nursing. I have 2 children, Jasmine, who's 4.5, and Brooklyn, who is 15 months. I've always been interested in helping people, which is how I came to the conclusion to become a nurse, because I figured there's no better way than helping people than to ensure they have good health and to possibly save their life. In 5 years, I hope to be a registered nurse and own our own house in Southern California. I also hope to be a successful and supportive mother, wife, and I want to be able to attend my children's school field trips, activities, and also hope to be traveling around the world with my husband, who hopes to become a professional golfer. The most interesting places to me to visit is Europe and Australia. My family and I are very active on the outside world. We go hiking, bike riding, camping, visit amusement parks, walk part of the Grand Canyon, and we golf as much as we can. We know life is short and we just want to have as much fun as we can. When I initially started looking back at the year 1985, I realized how much things have changed. In the economy, for instance, the average cost of a house was $89,000, now is over $200,000. The average cost of a new car was just over $9,000, now is over $20,000. Average cost of gasoline was $1.09, now it's $2.70, and the average income was $22,100, which is now over $60,000 for a family of 4. You may say, well, this isn't a big deal, or how does it affect our lives? But the truth is, it affects us very much. The dollar doesn't go very far anymore, and we have to try harder than ever to get a job and keep it. The economy in 1985 and the years that followed are a big part of the reason I am who I am today. One of the major events that caught my eye was the US-Canadian outbreak. It was 41 tornadoes reported in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and Ontario in one afternoon and evening. This disaster was the result of 75 deaths, 1,025 injuries, and $450 million in damage. This was the largest outbreak ever to hit this region. The reason why this caught my attention was because I grew up in Piedmont, Oklahoma, which is also known as Tornado Alley. There were days that we didn't know if we were going to survive. We had tornadoes all the time, F5s. We would just be in our closets, we had no shelter, and we would just hope that we made it another day. We'd wake up and find out that half of our town was destroyed, and it just, nothing we could do. Another event that caught my eye was the TWA Flight 847. It was hijacked by terrorists from Hezbollah in 1985. The flight was leaving Athens. No more than 15 minutes later, the flight was taken over by two guys from the Middle East countries. They were able to do this because they were able to sneak 1 M9 and 2 hand grenades through security by wrapping it in fiberglass insulation. It's sad that this is what we had to deal with and still do every day. It's very interesting to me how these types of acts are still going on after all these years. I don't think it will ever change. We will always have to go through an hour of airport security before we get on a plane, and we'll always be suspicious of the person sitting next to us. During research on the year I was born, I realized a lot of things have changed, but a lot of things have stayed the same. Through all the things that have happened in the last 24 years, good and bad, our country has stuck together. We live in an unforgiving world that will go on without us if we let it. Just live life to its fullest and don't look back. Thank you.
Woo!
Yay, there's one down. I kind of screwed up on the tornado part. I was like, oh my god, where am I at?